Iowa Senator Joni Ernst. Great to have you with us this morning, Senator. So I'd like to get your initial thoughts. Obviously, you have served in our military. I know your daughter proudly serves as well. We are on day 13 now of this conflict. How do you think it's going?
Well, I do think it's going quite well. Unfortunately, we have seen a number of American deaths, and we have lost Iowans in this conflict. But when you look at the operation itself, the strikes that we have taken on Iran, those leaders that were taken out by Israel, I think it is going quite well. I think the president and our military, they are achieving their aims. And what I have heard from leaders around that region, both Israel and our Arab partners, they say keep going. Take Iran to its knees. Do not allow it to get up. Once the president has achieved that, then hopefully we will see greater peace and prosperity through the Middle East.
Yeah, Senator, as you mentioned, obviously 6 of the 7 U.S. service people who were killed in this conflict so far came from the 103rd Sustainment Command Unit based right there in Des Moines, Iowa. Obviously, as someone who's been there serving yourself in Kuwait and Iraq, obviously this is hitting your state hard. What are you hearing from folks back in Iowa right now?
Well, obviously, we mourn the loss of our soldiers. It is incredibly hard, especially after we lost 2 National Guard soldiers in Syria last December. So Iowa feels the pain of this action. However, we're so proud of the service that comes out of Iowa, out of the Midwest. You know, people are split on this, but they understand the threat to the homeland. And if we want to protect Americans here, we have to send our servicemen abroad.
And Senator, you also serve on the Homeland Security Committee. The FBI recently sent a warning to police in California, warning of a possible Iranian drone attack on our West Coast. And despite this threat, Homeland Security, as you know, is partially shut down. Is it time for Democrats to finally reopen DHS when we are in this conflict with Iran?
It is. Absolutely, it is. The Democrats need to release the funding for DHS. We need to pass this appropriations bill. So we talk about the cybersecurity threats. Well, cybersecurity also is housed under Department of Homeland Security. We're not funding our Coast Guard. We're not funding FEMA. We're not funding TSA. All of them need to be funded. These men and women deserve a paycheck, just like the next government employee. And we certainly need to make sure Americans are kept safe. This is a really tenuous time when we look at world circumstances. We don't want to see that reflected here in the homeland. So we're encouraging the Democrats, please, please do the right thing and fund DHS.
Yeah, Senator, I want to shift gears a little bit right now. Ask you about the Save America Act. It's planning on having a debate next week, I understand, multiple-day debate. But so far, no real movement to actually push to pass this thing or break the filibuster. Can you tell us what's going on right now? I think you're one of the co-sponsors of that bill, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
I am a co-sponsor, absolutely. And I think this is common sense. We need to ensure that our elections are safe. We need to make sure that voters are showing ID and proving that they're actually eligible to vote in these elections. And so, yes, I think we're going to have a very fulsome debate coming up, and we will see it on the floor very soon. I'm certain of that. Leader Thune has assured us that we will get a vote on this measure, and we will push as hard as we can. Now, the Democrats, of course, they are adamantly opposed to this act. Why? I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, Senator, if leadership does move
Maybe
towards...
you know.
Yeah. No, I don't know. So if leadership does move towards that marathon session, maybe, or even a talking filibuster on this bill, are Republicans prepared for this kind of fight?
I think so. I think we have got our talking points down. We understand that elections can be fraught with a lot of abuse if people are not showing IDs, maybe filling out multiple ballots. And I served as a commissioner of elections at the local level in Iowa. So I understand that there are ways to safeguard our elections, but there's also loopholes that enable bad acting. And that's what we have to prevent.
Information. Truth is freedom. is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.